James. This is your Liverpool News Update, guys. It's Monday morning. It's a very, very depressing Monday morning after a bad result. Another bad result yesterday. First time since 1936-1937 that Manchester City have done the league double over Liverpool. Yet another appallingly shocking record on the CV of Arne Slot as Liverpool head coach. To go with the other one, I think, with the run of defeats, the worst since the 1950s. This man is certainly chewing up the bad records, isn't he? Read another pretty appalling one this morning. Guys, this is a little stat for you for Liverpool this season. Some little other bits and pieces here. Let me give you this. This season we've played 25 games. We have won 11, drawn 6, lost 8. So Liverpool's win ratio this season is 44%. That's right, 44%. That is pretty goddamn dire. What else? 1 win in the year of 2026. Only 6 wins since September. I mean, look, the story is damning, and people and the slot-in crowd can say it's an agenda and it's this, it's that, but the statistics, the facts, tell a different story. The facts don't tell of a poisonous agenda from toxic keyboard warriors, as some of this slot-in crowd and the journos like the James Pearces of this world will have you believe. You know, at the end of the day, the statistics tell you a damning story. Reigning league champions who spent over £400 million on new players in the summer currently sit joint 6th with Brentford, a team that were pretty much, one of the relegation favourites at the start of the season, a team managed by a set-piece coach who was not at all highly thought of, a team that lost 2 of its best players in the summer, and spent very, very little. A team that was not expected to do well this season. Now we are joint 6th with them. Liverpool sit 17 points behind Arsenal this season. They sit 5 points behind a pretty dreadful Manchester United team, or so we're told. 4 points behind Chelsea and Everton closing in on us as well. So statistically, factually, the story ain't great. It ain't great. And I've got to say, I love the slot-in crowd this morning. It's the players' fault. It's the referee's fault. It's the wind's fault. It was too wet. The puddles were too big outside the ground. It's any excuse. Any excuse but the actual real reason why Liverpool didn't win that game yesterday, which is Arne Slot. The first half was dire. Liverpool were quite happy to let Manchester City have the ball, let Manchester City to play through them. City could have been 1-0 up in 75 seconds. And what's more worrying is that Liverpool had 8 days to prepare for this game. Manchester City played midweek and were the better team in the first half, and the more prepared team, on less preparation time, on less rest. Liverpool had 8 days to prepare, 8 days for Arne Slot to put across his tactics, 8 days for Arne Slot to prepare this team to go out there and give a good performance against Manchester City, and it didn't happen. And that's the manager that some people are telling you is the future of this football club. Genuinely, those people are either deluded or just genuinely, drunk, high. I don't know what they are. Then Liverpool obviously come out second half. We do play a lot better, guaranteed, go 1-0 up, and then just stop again and give the ball to them and let them have the ball and let them have the momentum. Instead of at 1-0 going back after them and trying to get the second goal and finish this game off. We can talk about, they can talk about all the refereeing decisions, but it was more for me what Slot got wrong in that game. First half, completely tactically wrong, completely set up wrong, completely put out in the wrong way. Second half, once we go 1-0 up, again, tactical change made, wrong decisions made. Sit back, effectively low block at times, and try and cling on for a 1-0. I mean, again, just pretty poor. Substitutions that were made were awful, made at the wrong time, made in the wrong way. I get the players made mistakes. People obviously blaming Dom Szoboszlai for the first goal, but Dom's not a right back. And should he have been starting right back? Well, unfortunately, he had to start there because Gomez ain't fit, Frimpong's not fit, and Bradley's not fit. So it's all part of a wider conversation as to why the hell Liverpool didn't buy a defender in the January transfer window to cover what we needed to cover. We can come up with this excuse that Joe Gomez will be back soon, or that Frimpong could be back sooner than we think, but the game was yesterday, and we're now 5 points behind Manchester United and 4 points behind Aston Villa. And I genuinely think, will Liverpool finish top 5 this season? No, it ain't going to happen because Slot ain't going to improve this. The only way for Liverpool to get back in the Champions League now for me is to win the Champions League, which to me ain't going to happen. So, Europa League looks exceptionally likely. Really does. It look exceptionally likely at this point in time, and that will be a disaster for the club in terms of financially a disaster, in terms of keeping hold of players. Van Dijk and Szoboszlai and McAllister all want to play Champions League football. I very much doubt they renew contracts if they're not getting Champions League football. So, it is what it is, guys. Financially as well, look, we are fortunately in quite a good financial position, but financially it will hurt in terms of the players that can be brought in the summer because of the fact that not having Champions League money and having Europa League money instead is a huge difference, is a massive difference. So, let's not get this out of shape. Slot has taken this team backwards, massively backwards, hugely backwards. A team that had £450 million spent on it. And people can talk about the money brought back in. Yes, we brought money back in. Wonderful. But we still spent £450 million. And in terms of the players that left, other than Luis Diaz, no one is particularly a starter who played a fundamental part of last season. Darwin Núñez was a bit part player last season. Tyler Morton didn't play last season. Jarell Quansah played very, very rarely last season. Kameen Kelleher, obviously, big loss, big massive loss, huge, obviously downgrade in that department. Mominashvili for me is just not good enough. But look, Alisson's been fit more this season, so we haven't needed Kelleher. So, at the end of the day, Slot has taken this club massively backwards. To spend that much money and be that far off the top and that far even off second place, 10, 11 points now off second place, to be that far off the Champions League places, to be playing that badly, to lose. Now, Liverpool go to Sunderland on Wednesday night. Sunderland have the best home record in the Premier League. In fact, I think they're undefeated at home this season. So let's have the conversation. What happens if it's a big if Liverpool lose on Wednesday night and Manchester United and Chelsea win on Wednesday night? And, you look at the fixtures that they've got coming up against the fixtures that we've got coming up. And, there's every chance that they will win that game. I mean, let's have a little look, shall we? Who do Manchester United play on Wednesday night? Well, on Wednesday night, Manchester United have West Ham away. Yes, West Ham are in quite good form at the moment, but I still think that West Ham will not beat Manchester United. So that'll be 8 points. And that's Tuesday night. So that's already 8 points ahead of us. Chelsea at home to Leeds. Yes, Leeds are in reasonably good form, but I still think Chelsea win that game. 7 points. So at that point, we're going into a game that we must win. 8 points possibly, if it happens, behind Manchester United, and 7 points behind Chelsea. And Sunderland have, like I said, the best home record in the English Premier League. So what happens if we lose? What happens if we lose? I think that is a huge question. At what point does the board actually sit there and go, this is going south at an alarming rate and we ain't going to make Champions League? We aren't going to make it. What point do they sit there and go, this has got to change. This has got to change. Massively got to change. I honestly don't see us getting anything against Sunderland on Wednesday night. I don't. A draw, possibly, the best we can hope for. I mean, Arsenal have drawn there, better side than us. Man City have drawn there, better side than us. I'm not massively hopeful, guys. I am worried. I am concerned. And how sad is it that Liverpool are going to Sunderland after spending 450 million with world-class players, and we are worried about getting a result against a newly promoted team? Yes, we're doing really well this season. Respect to them for that. A team that probably should have beaten us at Anfield earlier in the season. So let's, we go to that game, we lose that game. 8 points, 7 points, like I said, behind those places. At that point, do we have the conversation? Or do we still wait till the summer? We wait till the summer, and we're in the Europa League, and we lose some of our players because of it. It's going to limit the managerial choice. It's going to limit the future. I don't understand why the board won't act. They've got to act. If they're going to save the season, it's not too late. Sack him, bring in Alonso, someone like that. Gerrard to the end of the season interim. if you don't want to commit to a long-term manager at this point in the season, and then in summer, make a decision. People are talking about, oh, who else is available? There's no better managers than Slot. Yes, there fucking is. Xabi Alonso, better manager than Arne Slot. Luis Enrique could well be available in the summer, better manager than Arne Slot. Julian Nagelsmann could be available after the World Cup, better manager than Arne Slot. So let's not have that ridiculous discussion. To me, Slot's got to go. He's got to go. He's killing this club. He's chasing out all the young English players. He's chasing out the talent. He's playing his favourite, Cody Gakpo, again yesterday. Fucking dreadful. But we'll get picked again, we know, on Wednesday night. It's got to change. It's got to change. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching the Anfield Review. Please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe.